Hello everyone! Welcome back to another stream. Let's go. Hi. Do I want to pull this closer to me? You know what? I'm fine. It's fine. Ah. What the fuck was that sound? Look, I make the most weirdest of sounds. I could totally be out of pocket at any time, and yet people for some reason. Anyways, hello everyone. We're back to doing more commissions today. Or at least working on the commission that we were last time. But, let me just quickly pin something for you all. Oh, good news. So good news, which I'm so happy about. OBS finally has my chat and everything back. Last stream, which was on Tuesday, everything didn't work. I had no chat, I had no activity feed, I didn't know who was doing what. I literally, well, you know, I can see who it was that was doing stuff. Okay, I see now, Anyways, today we're gonna be working on more stuff, which is good. We need to work on commissions. And the reason I'm streaming this one entirely live is because I'm actually not working on it offline. And the reason I'm streaming it entirely live is to really show you guys the process of, even for a scuff model, it takes time. There's a reason you're paying the price you are. Because a lot of people, I've noticed more recently, a lot of people are like, oh, well, my model commissions cost this much. Oh, my model commissions cost this much. And you know the song of like, it costs that much because it takes me so many hours? Yeah, that's even pretty much true for even scuff models. Even though that they don't take an exorbitant amount of time as models, like this model you see before you, this one, I believe, took me about 2 months to make. And that's because I was spending, like, if I put the allotted hours of time together, if I was spending 24/7 on this model, it would be about maybe 2 months. So there's that. But anyways, we are going to be getting right into the meat and potatoes of this thing. So let me open up the damn file. That might be a good idea. Why? I was doing a few art things and drawing some stuff because I wanted to make more like really quick memes and stuff like that. And also I've been trying to just do more art of my model because I haven't been doing that. And I'm like, so literally everything is just filled with that. So I have to go and open it directly from commission. Yeah, I have like a folder that's directly for certain things. Also, by the way, how I am working on Glacey's model is normally not how I do scuff models, but I have to do it a little bit differently for them or else it doesn't work. So, jump right into it. Because I like to cause trouble for artists. Bro, Glacey. I'm gonna be honest, when I saw the model, I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try my best. Funny enough, I think this is the second animal model I've done. I'm honored. Okay, honestly, every time that I do a model, I literally go, how the heck am I gonna rig this? Like, even Furby models, which I have, like, pretty much a template for, I even still go, how am I gonna rig this? And somehow it works out. It just does. It just works. How it works, I don't know. I feel like I just turn off a part of my brain and it just goes. Oh my god, oh, this is so cute. Thank you. I know, it's so good. The funny thing is that, let me actually open up my previous scuff models that I've made for other people. Normally, what I do is I actually draw this all. I don't color it, but I draw it all. Oop. Hold on a minute. That was not correct. I draw it all with my mouse. I usually draw this all with my mouse. This is all drawn with my mouse. This is for Serenity. She's also another artist, but she saw my scuff models and she was like, I must have it. Because again, I draw the weird stuff. I draw the weird stuff because it's funny. So it usually isn't this clean, is what I'm trying to say. My scuff models are usually a little bit more scuffer than this. But because of the uniqueness of what Glacie wants, I draw it a little bit cleaner for him. I have no idea how I'm gonna move your tail, because this is all, hold on a minute. This is all, separated. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Glacie, what have you done to me? Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I know. We're just gonna be working on rendering, but everything is basically separated. Helping you grow. I know, right? It does help me grow a little bit. I will say, the one thing is, unless the model is too challenging, I don't do it. Wait, have I showed you guys Pia P's model? They were a Furby model, and they requested for it to be barfing up rainbows. Of course I did it. By the way, if you don't know who PP, I think she just calls herself PP, but it's spelled P-I-A-P-I, and then UFO. She's an alien space slime VTuber. She's really funny. Love her content. And I've kind of known about her, and then all of a sudden I got a commission from her for a Furby model. And so I made her Furby model, and if you've seen it around, yeah, that was me. It was really funny. And actually, let me pull up her model really quickly. I'm just gonna pull up the model art, because hers was really complicated to make. Because it required me to do something I had never done before, which was an animated toggle. I never have done an animated toggle before, but I was up for the challenge. And I did it. I pulled it off. Somehow I did it. I don't know how, but I did. There was a lot of problems that happened with it, but you don't see them, so I don't care. There's some, like, wait, what the heck? Oh no. For some reason, I accidentally stopped the recording in my... Well, I'll just download the video from... For some reason, the YouTube recording stopped. I think I accidentally pressed stop recording. Well, I guess I'll just have to pull the video of the VOD from Twitch. That's fine. Sometimes that happens. Let me go in and then delete the video recording. I try and record and stream at the same time, but sometimes things happen. Because all of a sudden I was like, wait, why is my recording saying 0? Anyways. So this was Pia's model, which ended up being very, very jiggly and very, very wiggly. Jose told me to put the batteries in it. Apparently everyone loved the batteries, so Yeah, I went back and kind of like rewatched her VOD because she streams like very early in the morning for me. So I kind of only caught like the last ending part of her stuff. But again, still was really fun to work on it. I like working on a lot of different kinds of models. At the end of the day, just for me, I like having a challenge. Yeah, let me just delete that. Let me delete that video. I'll just download it from Twitch. I think a lot of people normally just download their videos from Twitch and then upload them onto their VODs channel later. I just like having a video, just doing the video at the same time. I don't know. That's just how I do it. All right. Let me make sure I'm over in the right area, because I was trying to undo something and then I think I pressed a bunch of buttons. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna exactly move your model, Glacy, but we'll figure it out. We might bring it in to do some testing on some stuff, so we'll just see kind of how that goes. And then oh, wait. I need this color. I have to do this like more outside of the area than you think you have to. I can make another one of this. No, I think that's good. Okay, this is here. It's just more of like, I'm just gonna give you just cell shading. I'm just gonna give you like really down and dirty cell shading. Which I actually don't do cell shading a lot of the time. I think I do it more for other things, but I never really do it too much. Nope. There we go. Oh yeah, the torso is like all the way down here. I don't know why I have it all the way down here. I need to do another one.
Mom, we're starting already?
Yeah. Yes, we're starting. We've been working a little bit just to do some rendering, and then depending on how things go, we will move over into doing live 2D. Also, by the way, Glacy, I'm literally just using your model just to show how I work. Because this is probably how I do most of my scuff models. Actually, none of my scuff models have have any rendering on them. Glacy, you're the only one that gets it. It's just to show a full process, and then also to, you know, remind people that I'm taking commissions currently. I think by the time that it comes out on YouTube, though, because I'm cool. Why is this not? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why is that not popping up in my... Huh. I think my OBS chat broke again. I think this is OBS telling me that I need to update. Because I didn't get any of that. The last message I see in here is perfect. And then because I'm cool. No, it's in chat. No, I can't. So I can't see it on my chat screen in OBS. It's up there. It's just like I can't. The chat's not working anymore. Again. What the heck? This is the second time this has happened. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what's going on with OBS anymore. It feels like every single time that I load it up, it just breaks for some reason. I don't really know, like, what's happening. Maybe if I close it out and open it back up again. Okay, there we go. It fixed it. But you knew the last time and you didn't update. Okay, the reason that a lot of people don't update is just because it's a problem. It ends up becoming a problem later on. Because sometimes what will happen is the thing will like break your audio. It could also break plugins. It can break like a lot of things that you have. So yes. Yeah, OBS likes to break a lot. The funny thing is a lot of people have been moving over to this thing called Meld Studio. I'm gonna say something that I need to say about Meld Studio. Because I think that a lot of people are like hyping it up, right? Meld Studio is okay for basic things. Meld Studio is okay for very basic streaming. And when I mean like basic streaming, I mean you're not doing a whole lot of complicated things. If you are just chatting and talking with people, Meld Studio is pretty good. So Meld Studio doesn't take up a lot of space like OBS can, and it doesn't take up a lot of stuff. It already has built into it. Gotta go to work, lurk. Good luck at work. Thank you for the lurk. But Meld Studio works, has a built-in, I'm trying to remember. Meld Studio has built-in dual streaming. So you can automatically dual stream, but it really is only dual streaming to YouTube and Twitch. It's not really dual streaming to very much else. It is very, very bare bones OBS. Like, I'm talking like bare bones. There is barely anything in it. There is some cool effects that you can do and put on stuff. There's some cool things that you can move around that are already like in, that, you know, you would have to get plugins for OBS to do that's already in Meld Studio. So there's like some like little things. One thing that I do like is that you can automatically say, hey, take this music track out of the Twitch VOD. You can do that on Meld, which is really good. I think that that's okay. Apparently they're going to do a Twitch one too, so that it's out of the Twitch VOD too, but I don't know how that works. So that's okay. And then the other thing is Meld also has it where it's plug-in, the base bare bone stuff that it has is that you can also record, you can record, but I think it's mainly for streaming because the recording of it, all right, I'll tell you this much. The recording is only MOV. It doesn't have MP4. The recording is only MOV, which can be a pretty big file if you're trying to record something. So I would say that if you're going to record, you might as well go with OBS instead. If you're trying to stream and it's very bare bones, you can go with Meld Studio. And again, Meld Studio, you cannot have like a whole lot of stuff with. It's very bare bones, bare bones. I don't believe you can have much things with Twitch integration stuff. So you know how like in OBS, it'll have like your Twitch stream chat and you can go down here and you can actually press on your channel points. Yeah, Meld Studio doesn't have that. Yeah, you can't do that. So if you're going to want to do that or interact with your chat and maybe show off a new redeem or something like that, you're going to have to go into your actual stream and do it there. You know, it has commands and stuff like that. I do believe that there are some integrations with Meld for some things, but most programs do not have anything that is connecting towards Meld. So I don't think you can use things like Mix It Up Bot or other things with Meld Studio yet. So Meld Studio is a very bare bones OBS with a built-in integration for vertical streaming. So you can do vertical streaming and horizontal streaming. And do dual streaming. However, I will say again, I don't think that Meld Studio is completely great yet. And I say yet. If you're just doing bare bones like gaming content, that kind of thing, I think Meld Studio could work. However, when I moved some stuff over from Meld Studio to, or my OBS to Meld Studio, a lot of things broke. Because you know how I have my my little art displaying? Yeah, Meld Studio doesn't have a thing for that. They don't have a slideshow thing. So I would have to rebuild whatever. I would have to build this somewhere else, make it an animated video, import it, and put it in Meld Studio. That's how I would have to do it. Most of the other things pretty much work on a one-to-one kind of basis. There were some things that broke. Some things didn't break. Honestly, it was like a complete shit show and I would have to rebuild everything. So I would highly recommend do not click the little button that says import OBS session. Yeah, don't click that. That's bad. It breaks everything. It would just be completely better to rebuild it all, which would take some time, but you could rebuild it. Some people have changed over to Meld and they say like they really like Meld. So again, it just depends on what you want. I went over and tried Meld for a little bit and I'm going to be honest, I hated it. So I'm not moving. I think the other thing is because it broke so many things, I would have to basically go in and refix it all. And that there's not really much when it comes to a lot of integration with Meld Studio yet, like there is with OBS. And there's not really much there for Meld yet. I just don't think it is completely a big competitor to OBS yet. And considering that Stream Elements is already making a way of how you can integrate with, you know, do integration and also do dual streaming on SE Live by doing that. I think at the end of the day, like, SE Live is probably doing a little bit more than what Meld is. Because the other thing is SE Live also has built-in for like Kick and TikTok and other things. Whereas for Meld Studio, it really only has Twitch and YouTube. So the one thing that I like about Meld though is that it does have an integrated chat. So you can literally chat from either Twitch. You can say either Twitch, YouTube, or both. So in that retrospect, maybe kind of works really well. But again, it just depends on what you want. Me personally, with how Meld is, I just don't feel like it's up to par for me yet. But for other people, they really enjoy it. If you really enjoy Meld, then yeah, I would check out Meld Studio. It's free, just like OBS. I just have some qualms about it with like small little things, but I think over time, it'll be fine. Like, I do want them to have more, like, video recording options like OBS does, because it looks like, for the most part, Meld Studio is mainly only for streaming, where OBS is kind of both for streaming and for recording. So it has, like, a duality purpose, but Meld Studio is like more geared towards that. They're also like more geared towards being a multi-streaming kind of like OBS competitor. So yeah, but again, like there's plenty of other like plugins and things that exist for OBS to be able to do the same thing that Meld does. So yeah. Again, the only thing I feel like Meld has going for it is that you have an integrated chat. And you also, now the integrated chat isn't visible on stream. It just is like you have it in the Meld Studio. So you can basically read everybody's messages at once. Which again, I think that that's really cool. I think that that's something that SE Live needs to do. Well, it does have it, but you can't message the chat from within like that build, like within like the 2 system. You have to say, hey, I want to chat. You have to like do something else. You have to basically pop up like 3 different chat windows in order to be able to chat with chat. So yeah, but that's my qualms about Meld. Again, not a bad streaming service or like way to stream. It's just like, for me personally, it just doesn't have everything I want yet, you know? But even still, I think I'm gonna stay on OBS. I think the reason being is because OBS has been around longer. A lot of the code and things that people are working with already kind of know how OBS works. And I think like in order for Meld to be a really good competitor to OBS, it needs to be around for a longer period of time. And we have to see if Meld is going to stay around for that long period of time. Because the thing is that in order for this thing to run, I don't really know how they're kind of making any money from it. So, or like in a way of like what exactly is happening with it, or is it open source completely? I don't know like the background to it. I just know that it's being made by a group of people that are streamers, that are tech streamers that wanted a better system than OBS and built this one. Now, they did say for Meld Studio in particular that they did build it to be bare bones for just an easy way to start streaming. And I'm like, OBS is pretty much this too. Like, it's pretty similar in how it is. You know, you can move stuff around, you can bring in new docs, you can do whatever you want. I will say, like, some of the systems of how they have things set up are a little bit weirder to me than other things, but that's just how it is. It's not completely bad. It's just more of like, meh. Again, I'm not saying that Meld is bad. I'm just saying that there are some qualms I have with it, but I think for the most part, it's pretty much fine. But if you want to go and check it out, it's just called Meld, M-E-L-D Studio. They also have like a Twitter. They have a bunch of things that you can look at for that. So go, be free. If you really enjoy Meld and you think it's better than OBS, or like, you know, it's a little bit easier for you to understand than OBS, then go for it. And then go and use Meld. Yeah. Because I never want to shame people for like using a different streaming service that, or using like a different program, because I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, well, if you're not using this, you're not gonna grow. And I'm like, bro, no. I'm gonna be honest here. I kind of want to downgrade my mic. The reason being is because this mic, it's not that it's bad, but I feel like I want to downgrade it a little bit to maybe a different mic, because I thought I was going to do more different variety of things with this mic, and I just haven't really done any of that, because there's like different settings that this mic has that I just haven't used, and so sometimes I wonder if like it was even a good idea to buy this. But at the same time, like, my audio is still a lot better than what it used to be. If you really go down into my clips, you'll see my like OG content and you'll hear like how bad my mic used to be, because I used to use just the built-in laptop mic, because I used to stream on a laptop for several years until literally 2025. I started in like 2021. I think 2021 is when I really started doing streaming, and I was streaming on a laptop, my gaming laptop with the gaming mic, until maybe about 2023. So 2 years using a laptop mic. And then I finally got a mic. And then it was like a $30 mic. Not even joking. It was a $30 mic. But it was better. The sound quality was better. And then I finally hit like Twitch affiliate and was saving up money to buy a new mic. So I bought a new mic maybe like few months after that one, and I got a new mic. I think I still have my old mic. No, I gave my old mic to my I don't know what happened to my old mic. Maybe one day I'll bring it back. I'll bring back the old mic. The funny thing is I still have the boom arm. Because the new mic didn't come with a boom arm, so I had the mic that I got that was a $30 mic. It was a mic and a boom arm and like a pop filter and everything. It was great. It was awesome. Loved it. But then you know, I went away from like kind of using it and all that niceness. Where am I going? What am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, I gotta go back in and name these. We're gonna have like a naming fest where we have to name everything. Oop. Where is this? Okay, it's here. Lacey, I know that you told me what this was, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what you called it, and I don't really care. No, I do. It's just more of like, I no understand, and brain be very dumb. Wait, Glacey's away at work. Kiwa, are you still here? I am? Okay, good. Good. I gotta ask you a question. We were trying to make shark eggs. How bad is it? More or less. I know that sharks normally cannot have this many eggs. Hold on, I'll DM you a pic of an egg case. Yeah, I was like, should I copy like the actual shape of an egg case? Because we were trying to figure it out, and I'm gonna be honest, I was slightly beginning to be disturbed by what I was seeing, so I had to shut it down. I was like, okay, before I vomit on the screen. There are 2 shapes, and I'll send you both. I know that there are 2 shapes, but what is the one for a basking shark? Also, I gave him tired eyes. So when he has the eggs, it's just like, why? But yes, please send me. Sebastian sharks don't lay their eggs. They carry them and they hatch internally. So we don't know? Glacy? Why did you say that you're a basking shark? Nah, he's a lemon shark now. Give me lemon shark eggs. Give me lemon shark eggs. That's what we must do. I just realized, I was like, wait a minute. He's gone. Ha 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 ha. I can ask you this question. Wait, I don't think we're friends. We're not! How dare us? How dare us not to be friends? Kiwa, why have you forsaken me? No. Ah! I just literally thought of this right now. I'm so sorry. Hold on a second. Give me. Then I can annoy you with other fish facts. Asking you for fish facts. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a break for a second. I'm gonna eat. Yum, yum, yum. I hear fish. Where's the tuna? No. No. Okay, let me deny this friend request really quick. Let me give you a wave.
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Oh, thank you for checking in. We will use and abuse that credit card to high heavens. Okay, yes, I did see this one. Okay, Kiwa. Kiwa, you know what? Oh! Oh, that's a shape too? Are these the two shapes? Okay, Kiwa? Kiwa, I'm gonna let you pick. Kiwa, I'm gonna let you pick. You can either pick the first one or the second one. I like the spiral personally. Why do you torment me? Okay, Kiwa is now kicked out. She is tormenting me. No. No. Wait, no, it's okay. Actually, the funny thing is they're just gonna be like stick-ons anyways. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna put any jiggle physics on them or anything. Though it would be fun. It would probably be funnier. You know, I could always make one and then make jiggle physics. And Kiwa, what have you done to me? Kiwa, should I put jiggle physics on the egg? If I do, it's probably gonna be like very just... Look! If you've seen do it... Oh, she's saying to do it. Okay. Wait, Kiwa, we gotta ask. Does this technically mean that Glacy Mpreg is real? If I'm putting all these eggs on here, Glacy Mpreg is real. Now we gotta figure out, is Kiwa the father this time? Or is it still Elion? Okay, wait, Kiwa, did Glacy ever tell you, like, how I've ended up making the first Scuff model? No, it's Rufus. No, did Glacy ever tell you the story of how I ended up making his first model? the first Scuff? I feel like I did tell you. No, I need this info. Okay. So Glacy was in a collab. That's how I'll just preface this. Glacy was in a collab with Elion and I think a few other people. However, in the collab, because I was watching, I wasn't part of the collab. And Glacy like and Elion were like, you know, flirting with each other, and Glacy said like he lays eggs, and then Elion like said something, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna draw a scuff fan art of Glacy with all of his eggs, which ended up being I have his original, so let me go and get it. Where is it? Where am my scuff? Wait, no, not this one.
Tito's march to conquer the Booba Draw Table of Art, for King and Empire, the Hellfire Fusiliers strike, onward, lads. The Booba Table shall be ours by dusk. The Napoleonic Tito's advance.
But anyway, so, I made, like, this, but, like, more scuff, okay? This was what I drew. So this is what I drew, right? And do I have the original in here? No, I don't. Okay. So I made this. Yeah, you remember this scuff, right? Him with all his eggs. Oh my gosh. And so I made it, and I said that all of these children were originally Elion's children. And Elion didn't know this story. So I told him when I think we were in a collab together, and I told him the story, and he was like, oh my gosh, that is so funny that this spawned this model. And so yeah, Glacy Mpreg has now just been a thing where I just always draw him with his eggs. So I always just draw him technically after the Mpreg has been done. I was doing Mpreg art before Mpreg art was like big, okay? I made Mpreg model art. That's what this is. That's what this is gonna be. Actually, you know what I was thinking? I was actually thinking that I should open up commissions. And I should open up commissions for doing Mpreg art. Not anything like too sexual, just doing Mpreg art. But yeah, I've just loved do it. Oh no. I mean, technically I have character illustration art open as well for commission. You could just ask. You could literally just ask, and I would do it. If people in with character illustration art just come in and just be like, "Hey, can you draw me like Mpreg?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure." You know what? Money's money. Money's money at that point. Bro, I've drawn a sweet potato in a maid outfit for $100. There's nothing I won't do for money. No, okay, there are some things I won't do for money, but like when it comes to certain art pieces.
And this is how art become Mr. Krabs.
Art, I'm using that for my pregnancy announcement in the future. Wait, you're gonna commission me to make art of Glacy pregnant to announce that you guys are pregnant. If you do that, you better tell me beforehand. Oh wait, you are gonna tell me beforehand because I'm gonna do the commission. No, but if you guys actually do use that to ever announce a pregnancy, you better tell me beforehand so that I know. And then I can go, finally, I am truly a grandmother. Because we make the joke that I'm the grandmother of all the eggs. 100%, yeah! Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be the most annoying grandmother ever. Holy snapperoonies. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like kids too much, but hey, when it comes to like my friends' kids or whatever, I turn into like the cool aunt. I am the cool aunt. I'm trying to eat food while also working on this because I didn't fully finish my lunch.
No part is not the cool aunt, you are the waifu grandma, Kate thinking.
I am the waifu grandma. I will become the true waifu grandma. I will be everybody's gilf. Tito, did you check did you hack into my computer?
My argument, Dan Eden.
Did you hack into my computer? Because I was planning for something. I won't tell you guys what it is, but it has something to do with being a grandma. Funny enough, it actually does. What was I working on? I completely forgot where was I? I think I was in the flower here, but I don't, am I here? Yeah. Look, I'm not smart. Oop, no. Let me just turn off the head. That might be easier. Let me just like briefly decapitate.
Damn, boy, he's sick!
Holy snapperoonies, that actually scared me. That was super loud. That was super loud. Ow. My ears. Speaking about damn boy he thick, I actually did some working out before stream. Never work out before stream.
I can read your moves like my bank account, so there is nothing to see, only to cry. That's why I know your moves.
Yeah, but I was doing some working out before stream. And of course, you should probably never, you know, be working out definitely before stream. But I wanted to, because I wanted to try something. It was this like new little exercise workout routine that I saw from like TikTok. And this guy is like, you know, we're not trying to make you fit or whatever.
Better to train, better do horse stance all the stream to become immovable.
Yeah, but his entire like thing is like, I'm just trying to get you to move. I'm not trying to, you know, we're not trying to like reach like a weight goal or anything like that. It's just like I'm trying to make it so you move more. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try out some of these exercises. Decided to try out the exercise that is supposed to be moving your lower half of your body. I'm fine sitting, but the minute I get up, nah, man. Nah, my legs are on fire. Oh, my legs were on fire. But I mean, that's the purpose, right? You know, you're not really doing this to, you're doing it to kind of feel good, but also to try and like, you know, just, you know, try and make, you know, move around a lot more.
That because your body already do many exercises for your 40'd body.
I mean, I do walk a lot, but I wanted to do like more exercises and stuff just because of that. Actually, funny enough, I weighed myself. Like, I haven't weighed myself in, like, unless I go to the doctors. I usually don't weigh myself. I decided to weigh myself, and you will never believe what my weight is. I lost 6 pounds. I'm normally, so last time that I checked, I was 250 pounds. I'm 242 pounds. I lost 6 pounds. In like, you know, probably in a few months, in like a month or so. Which, to be fair, losing that weight in that amount of time isn't actually bad. That's not too fast. It would be weirder if like I lost like 20 pounds in like a week. That's like not good. That's not healthy. Getting like losing weight really, really fast is actually really negative for your body. So gradually losing weight over a longer period of time is a lot better. And the reason being is because I walk a lot more. I walk at least maybe an hour a day, which is basically almost a mile a day. So if you say that I walk a mile a day, that means at the end of a week, I have walked 7 miles in a week. That's like marathon level, right? Well, I mean, marathon level is like way more than that, but still, that's pretty far. And I've been doing that for maybe a month or two now. So it's no surprise that with the more activeness that I have been, that I'm going to be losing weight because I'm accidentally putting myself into a calorie deficit. I'm basically using more calories than I'm eating. So, and of course, like I eat pretty fine. Like my lunch today is literally rice, bell peppers, chicken, and some scrambled eggs. So you got some protein, you got a little bit of like carbs from the rice, which by the way, rice and potatoes aren't really bad carbs. So, and I was like, well, if I'm going to be doing a workout, I might as well have some carbs with this meal because I'm going to be using up a lot of energy. And then of course, bell peppers for fiber and everything. And all seasoned with fajita seasoning.
I only need tuna.
Satisfying hits all major groups. So proud of your mindset and your progress. Yeah. I've had to change my mindset on food. I kind of had this change of mindset on food like a while back. I'm going to be honest here. This isn't to say that sometimes I don't just want some fried chicken, okay? There are days where I'm just like, I'm really craving some like Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you know what I do? I go and eat Kentucky Fried Chicken. But you want to know what I also do? I have some vegetables with it. I have some potatoes, like mashed potatoes and gravy. That's fine because potatoes, really good for potassium and other food. And so it's like, you can go and still eat the normal things. You don't have to cut it out completely. So, and I will say I haven't had too much of a good, I wouldn't say I had a bad relationship with food, but I didn't really have a good relationship with food either. So, I think over time that I've gotten a lot more used to it. Also, the other thing is, do you want to know what I also do? I have sugar and chocolate and candy all the time in my house. No food is bad food, but finding balance and listening to your cravings is so important. Yes, I have been craving a lot more sugar recently. So you know what I do? I have a little bowl, and this bowl is like a really tiny little bowl. It's a little glass bowl. And I mean, like, it's not even like really a bowl. Like, it's enough for maybe like, it's like a glass bowl for like dippings and stuff, like that you put like little dips and stuff. Like, you know, you would put maybe, why am I saying cream cheese? That you would put, you put like ranch dressing into so you can have it. So it's like a little dipping bowl, right? I have that dipping bowl and then I fill it with M&Ms, like only halfway. But these are like mini M&Ms, so they're like really tiny. Because I've been having a sweet tooth. And throughout the day, I'll just go and grab from that bowl throughout the day. So I'm not having it like all in one sitting. I'm just having it throughout the day. Just here and there because I've been having a little bit more of a sweet tooth recently. And that's all I have for sugar. And I don't have anything more than that. Which, to be fair, probably is like a little, some people might view it as a little much, but I'm like, I'm doing exercises, I'm eating healthier throughout the rest of the day, and I'm doing this because my body is craving more sugar. So I go and have sugar. Now, sometimes I don't have that. Sometimes I'll go and I'll eat, sometimes I'll go and I'll just eat like grapes, because sometimes grapes are really nice and sweet. So I'll go eat those, or I'll eat watermelon, or I'll eat something else that is sweet. Because it's just like, I'm craving something sweet. Well, I don't want to eat M&Ms. I'll go and eat watermelon, because I have
But
watermelon.
Art is you have a sweet tooth. Be careful, the Tooth Fairy cartel is the one in charge of all magic calcium in the underworld, not like this.
Oh my gosh. It works for you, then it is perfect. Yeah. I will say the other thing is too, is that I actually have stopped, I have stopped drinking coffee and tea. I think one, just because it's way too hot to drink like hot coffee in the morning. That's the one thing. But two, it's just like, I haven't had the craving for caffeine anymore, because like I just kind of like ended up for several days just not having it. It's now been like several weeks, so the caffeine addiction is gone. Because now whenever I actually do have coffee, I have to have like the smallest amount that my Keurig can perk it at, which is like 8 ounces. Basically, I can literally only have a cup. A literal cup. So when someone says like, oh, here's like a cup of coffee. No, I literally can only have a literal cup of coffee. And I can only have that one day, and then the next few days I cannot have coffee or anything with caffeine. Tea, however, is like okay. I don't really get as bad as a like caffeine crash out as I do from coffee. Coffee is like more intense for some reason. Because sometimes what I'll do is I'll have it, and then I'll have a massive headache from it, and then I basically have a crash out like of the headache for like the next day. But it's like, hey, I still need to get work done, so I have to still do stuff, but it does hurt. It's not completely 100% great, but it just happens. So, but it'll just be how it is. And you know, I'm gonna be honest, when the cold weather starts coming around again, I'm probably gonna go back to probably drinking coffee again, just because it's cold and, you know, it warms you up. But I might have more decaf than I will have regular caffeine. So, fun things with art. I also can't have, so for similar reasons, I actually can't drink soda either. I can't have a variety of soda. The only soda that I can drink without having a massive headache is, I can only drink anything that is a clear soda. So that's like 7-Up. That's like your well, it's not Sierra Mist anymore. It's now called Starry. Sprite. You know, that's all I can really have when it comes to that. So when I have, you know, if I get sick with the flu, I can't have any just like normal sodas. I can only have that of 7-Up or Starry or Sprite. Good thing that I like all of those. But when I drink like normal ones, so that means like anyone that is colored, because of the coloring additives in it, I believe it gives me a headache. Because I have not had the similar headaches when I drink the clearer liquids. I also do like ginger ale, so I can have like ginger ale too when I'm like having an upsetty spaghetti tummy. I haven't had an upsetty spaghetti tummy in like forever, which is good. Sometimes I get really super anxious, and when I get really super anxious, my anxiety can make me have really bad nausea, but usually when I eat, the nausea goes away. Which is so weird. I've been trying to not be as anxious anymore too, but you know, sometimes things happen and you just get anxious. But I think it's just a normal thing, and it just is what it is. All right. I think I'm done for the most part with the body, so I'm going to turn the body off and I'm going to just focus on the head. Do not take that out of context. Let me turn that off. And then ooh. There we go. And then, what is this? Oh, that's the little like fluff part here. Yeah, someone told me to put this little fluff part. I think it was Calm told me that. So I'm just shade that a little bit. And then hair here. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, this already has stuff on it? And I was like, oh no, that's the coloring. We're actually debating about making him be all red, but then we tried it out and we were like, yeah, no, that's too aggressive. Making all of his fur red was just too aggressive, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't work. It works if it's like a cooler color. Like purples and blues really work, but something all red, and I was like, oh, maybe a green. Maybe a green will work. Nah, green, same situation, so it was just better to say no. Alright, and then let's go in here. Okay. Let me do this. I'm just gonna color all of it in. And then here. And then there we go. I know you can't see, but I'm actually coloring outside. So for the most part, it is a lot easier to color and shade outside of the lines of the area, just because then you have more to work with. That's something that a lot of people, I don't think, really do when it comes to doing models and rigs. Or, well, rigs, whatever. But with models, a lot of people don't, like, draw very much outside of the bounds of where something is. And I think sometimes at the end of the day, the reason being, or the reason why sometimes I don't do it, is because that area might be a little, like, too complex. Or, like, you know, you might want to make a clipping mask. Actually, another way I could have done my dress was make it like a complete clipping mask and then just have the color and everything be clipped to the inside of it, so that then when I turn it and stuff, then all I have to do is just drag the thing over, so that then it looks like it's turning in 3D, but it's actually just me just moving it. Just moving it side, like, you know, just moving it side to side instead of actually deforming it. You can just move it. And that's what some people do. It's a really easy cheat Sometimes people cheat the models, okay? Honestly, I feel like when we go into rigging this, there's gonna be a lot of cheating you're gonna see me do. But when you see it move, you won't notice it. You'll see it when I'm rigging it, but then when we actually do it and you'll see it move around, which the good thing is that I have the live 2D version where it actually has the API attached to VTube Studio. So when we go in, we can actually do the actual face tracking. Now I can always turn it on and off depending on the, if we want to turn it on and off. But for some things, we might actually turn it on. So yeah. Anyways, let us finish up on kind of like rendering the head here. I don't think I'm gonna go in and actually put in like white highlighting or anything like that. I think this is pretty good for just simple ways of highlighting and shadowing basically, because I just didn't want to go in and do highlights too. The good thing is like when we bring it out of here, it should be pretty much fine when it goes into live 2D. There might be some things that I might have to fix or change, and we're gonna probably play around a little bit just to see how we can move stuff around, because some things does depend. Like, I might not be able to make his head move completely, but I'll try my best with what I got. Because this is asymmetrical, and I just realized I have done asymmetrical before. It's just, I did asymmetrical stuff last year, and I don't remember how to do any of it, because I've just been doing symmetrical stuff for, like, a while, so. But I will say doing this more makes me kind of want to do more asymmetrical models. And actually, maybe even try making asymmetrical models in general. They're a little tedious, but I think like once they get done, it's fine. Now, one thing I am going to do here on the earring, and this will probably be when we get into live 2D, because I have to figure out a way, well, an easy way to do this. So I'm going to actually make a duplicate of this. You're going to see what I'm going to do here. So this back part here, I gotta turn this off. I'm gonna make like a duplicate backup of this. I'm gonna turn it off. Oop, no. And I'm gonna erase this. Wait, what? Oh. This isn't gonna erase the way that I think it's gonna erase, am I? Okay, then. We're gonna have to do this the opposite way of what I wanted to do it. I'm gonna do this. This just makes it so that whatever is in here is masked off, so that then this part of it will go behind the ear. So let me turn this off. So this is gonna go behind the ear. But these will be like kind of merged together in a weird way. That's like one way that you can kind of put an earring behind if it's going to be in front as well. But you also got to make sure that it matches up correctly, so that's going to probably need some gluing on it and maybe some other things. So basically when this is off, so this will be like 0%. So this will be like 0%, you won't be able to see it, but you won't be able to even tell the difference. So over on this side, it doesn't really matter because you're not really going to see it too much. And do that. And do that. Gonna do that. Doing that. And then here, kind of do that. And then come up here. And then let us do this. So what side is this? Okay. I might undo that. It just doesn't work. There we go. And then I need to do the back horns. And then we're gonna have to go in and name everything. Yippee! Naming. And the other thing I need to turn back on is I need to turn his mouth back on. Mouth. What? Boop. Boop. I'm just like testing out how this is gonna work. Yeah, look at We'll just have to see kind of how I want to do it, but yeah. It's gonna be weird because I don't know if I want to leave this mouth line the way that it is. I think I might redo this. I'll delete that. Oop. And the reason being is it's a little bit easier to rig something. It's a little bit easier to rig something when it's straight than when it's not. But I don't know if I like it because I like his little goat like face thingy. But I think it just needs to maybe move up higher. So then when I move this mouth, that you're gonna probably be able to see his teeth. Oh, there's the other, that's the other thing I wanted to do. not what I wanted to do. Stop it. And then we just... Ooh, save. Still light green. And then where is the other? There we go. And now we have to go through the unceremonious thing of doing all the naming. Ooh. Well, actually, the first thing that we should do before any of the naming is we gotta redo the eggs. Let me get that egg again. Oh. What? Why isn't it letting me copy the image? There we go. I don't know what was happening there for a second. Ignore my pupperinos as she barks. I'm just gonna make a quick down and dirty little shape of it. It's gonna be so funny because this is like all a screw. It's like a screw. I don't know if I will put jiggle physics on it. It'll be funny if I do. Okay, that looks... Why does that not look right? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think that that's how... Okay, you know what? I don't care, dude. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't even care. This... That's a shark egg, everyone, okay? This is supposed to be a shark egg, right? Right? It's not supposed to be anything else but a shark egg. This isn't what it looks like. Exactly. This is a shark egg. It's not what it looks like, okay? We're just trying to draw a cute little shark egg for the shark boy. Shark bait. Hoo ha ha. I did not. No, Kiwa, this makes it so much better. And the thing is, okay, Kiwa, he said I could do whatever I wanted. He specifically said in add-ons, I can do what I want. This is not good. It's not good that he said this. Because this is what he gets. The fucking we ball exactly. Oh yeah, totally. He's the one that asked for this. Yeah, shark. Let's make babies little. What shark? That's not what. Oh no, an ad warning. Well, when the ad comes up, I'll just like, I don't know, sit here and eat. I need to eat. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrations. And a posture check. And a save. Saved. I did a posture check and a stretch, so I did 2 in 1. And I drank my water. I drank my Wawa. Bro! It's been almost 4 hours that I have spent in this insane asylum. I'm gonna be honest, this egg looks a lot better than whatever eggs I made. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave the egg, like this singular egg, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a duplicate of this art mesh and then like put it everywhere. Just so that then it's like I have a nestled group of whatever, and then I can just put it as many as I want, just all around him. And I mean like however many I want to put on is gonna get put on. If I feel a lot generous, he's getting 60. It's like, oh, how many art meshes do you have? Oh, like 300. And like half, and almost over half of it is just for the eggs. His model's gonna lag. Why is your model so laggy, my guy? Oh yeah, my model maker just decided to put me with a bunch of eggs. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna talk about that one. Oh yeah. Anyways, what I need to do now that I have this is we are going. I'm gonna actually delete this because I don't need that anymore. So turn off the toggles. But what we gotta start doing is we gotta go in and name everything, because not everything in here is named. Which is not good. That's not entirely good. I apparently don't know how to spell egg. So now we're going to be going through the painful process of naming everything. And what I might do is actually move some things around really quickly, just so that then I can be... Actually, let me just like really quickly. So you're gonna see stuff move around really quickly. Hold on. I'm pulling OBS to be on my drawing tablet. And then I'm putting the other things. Oh. Yeah, no, you have to, if you're gonna, yeah, it has to be somebody that's currently here. That's weird. Anyways, we're gonna be going through the process after this, after the ads play, we'll go through the process of naming things. So let me just move this here. So I have my keyboard now up on top, so if you hear clickety clackities, clackities, you can hear my attackities coming. But before that, I'm actually just gonna do a be right back, because I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom really quickly. So when are ads starting? In like a few seconds. No. Yeah, you guys do whatever you want. I'll BRB, and you know what? I think I can do like bomb. Hold on. let me move over to be right back, and I'll do something for you guys. Shigu!
Welcome, Raiders.
You...
I am George the Frog, the real
Oh my
streamer,
gosh,
and
what
this
the
is Art, my
heck?
lovely co-host. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Hold on. Reinforcements, oh my gosh. Hold on. Right in the middle of the ads. No. Did Kiwa win? Oh my gosh, Kiwa won the Battle Royale. Congratulations, Kiwa. But I'm sorry if there's ads playing right now. I don't know. Are there... Shigu, are you in ads? I hope not. Oh no. Aw, nuts. I was gonna go to the bathroom. No. I'll do the Battle Royale again for you guys. Hold on. It's fine. Go to bathroom. Thank you so much to you. I'm sorry. Ads are playing right now and a lot of stuff is happening. Scuff be real. But I want to thank you for the raid. If you do need to raid and go, I do understand. And I gotta go to the bathroom. So sorry about the raid and getting the ads right when that was happening. I hope you guys did enjoy the battle royales. It looks like Shigu and Kiwa won. Nice. I'm gonna try and do those battle royales more often. Hello, Pupperinos. Hi. I had to... So remember how I said I did a workout before stream? So I did a workout before stream, and every time that I get up to walk, my inner thighs hurt. Oh my gosh. So I got up and I sat down and everything hurt. But then it's also starting to get a little hot in here. So I had to grab the stand fan. So the stand fan coon is now in the hallway, which is because like how the area is oriented, there's like a hallway. When you walk out of the room, there's like a little hallway. So I have to put it in the hallway in order to get the cool air, because the hallway has the coolest air. So I have to pump in some cool air into the room. Bad art, bad? What? What do you mean bad? What did I do? What did I do wrong? What, you want another battle royale? Or do you want me to bomb you? I could mass bomb you. I could pin you in the corner if you're bad. I'm gonna be honest, I used to pin people in the corner and then everyone liked it. You're going to take your I'm not taking my clothes off. What the heck? What do you mean? Crazy. Crazy. I don't know what you're saying anymore. But I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. You're gonna go and do your own, you do your own thing now. You can be sad all you want. Oh, that is not how you spell shade. We're going through everything and we have to name everything now before we bring it into live 2D. Today's sad. Yeah. Oh my gosh, even crisscross applesauce hurts. My goodness gracious. Oh, I'm trying to like stretch out a little bit more as well. Maybe I might do, you know what I might do more is I kind of want to do some more upper arm exercises, because that's kind of like the next step of things I want to do. What is this? This is not named. Oh. I'm like, why is this not named? This is why you name things. And the other thing is it's for Glacy, so then he knows when he goes in here what does what, so he can like recolor things if he wants to. That's mostly why people rename things. Red. There you go. Hi, Elian. Well, hi there. Welcome in. Hold on. Let me give you a shout out. You know what? You deserve one. Don't worry, we don't have clip shout outs here. Look at Elian. Appreciate him. Look at him in all his froggy glory. Hello, Elian. How are you? Is that Glacy? Yes, it is. I'm good. Good to hear. Good to hear that. How are you today? I'm good. I just did some workouts before stream, so my legs are on fire. Hey, yo, why no clip shoutouts? Just because I just don't do it. Hi, Effecto. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, nice. Never skip leg day. Elian, I walk a mile every single day. I walk a mile every single day. I never skip leg day. I literally never skip leg day. It's because my dog, I take her out for at least 3 walks a day. I mean, when it's too hot, I don't, but I at least take her for 1 really long walk and then a short afternoon walk. So we usually have a long morning walk, and then we have like a short afternoon walk. I'd rather skip upper body day than leg day. I skip upper body day more than I do leg day. But yes, this is Glacy. I just finished making the model. We're now just going in here and renaming everything because I didn't name everything. So we're renaming it before bringing it into Live 2D. But yeah, this is a scuff model that he wanted. Normally I don't do it this cleanly, but because of the nature of what he wanted, I had to make it really clean. So this is cleaner than I make my scuff models. Normally I don't make them this clean. Normally they're more scratchy than this. Yeah. Oh, Elian, I have commissions open for these as well. I know that you've been wanting one. The commissions are open now. Only the cleanest of scuff for Glacy. Yeah. The pinned tweet, or the pinned comment is, are looking like T-Rex. Bro, I am T-Rex right now. I actually am hunched over with my little tippy-tappy. If you guys saw how I had things arranged right now, you'd just be like, what the heck? Why are you doing this? It's like, look, shush. This is just how it is. I should have named this stuff while I was working on it, and I didn't. So now you guys are gonna sit here with me in my pain and suffering as we do this. The things that Live 2D people don't show you is all us going back in and being like, we were too dumb to name everything, so we have to go back and name it all. Please and thank you to your model mamas and fathers, mothers and fathers here. At least I named some of this stuff correctly. Oh my goodness, what? Oh, it's because I made... Oh, here, let me just say... I'm gonna just say backup for right now. I might delete that later. Like, in Live 2D, I might delete that. Ay. I don't even know how many layers are in here. I don't know even how to check for that when I get to the final model. Laptop. All right. I should have been naming this stuff. I know. There's probably many people saying like, you should have named all this. Wait, what the heck is this? Oh, this is like the bottom one. Okay. I was like, what is this? What is it? Okay. So. I just thought of something. I don't know how the line around the outline here is gonna work with what I want. But we'll just roll with it. We'll roll with it for right now, and then if I need to, I might have to change it. Let me just say people left. This might all get merged down. So Iris. And then white. The good thing is that you can basically copy and paste like most of this stuff, because it's basically same naming conventions, but you're naming it something different. And the reason that also people do it this way is it's easier actually. So fun things with live 2D rigging, and when it comes to live 2D rigging, is when you bring your stuff from whatever you're working with, clips, I'm working Clip Studio, Photoshop, doesn't matter. Whatever you're working in, when you bring it over into live 2D, you have to make sure that how you're naming it is, I've actually talked about it last time, but I'm basically using camel case. This is camel case. Camel case is where you're kind of saying what the thing is and then where it is. This makes it a lot easier because you know, some people do this and they put in a little dash, or they put in an underscore. Underscores and dashes do not work because for art meshes, it wants it all to be one word. It does not like it having any of these. It doesn't want that. It wants it to be all one word. So the camel case is easy because then you can kind of be able to visually understand and read what it is. The reason I know camel case is because of coding. It's a pretty typical thing in coding to just have it that way because it's easier to read. So whenever you see, because most of the time what people will do when they open up, they'll see this art mesh 01, right? That is what most people will see when they are, this is what most people will see when they are coming into it and they just haven't like named things correctly. So you'll get like art mesh blibbity blah, art mesh blibbity blah, and that's what you'll get. And it's not a bad thing particularly. It's just this makes it immensely hard when I bring it into VTube Studio if I want to recolor anything or maybe like redo something or whatever. So if like I want to add colors or take away something or whatever, or you know, I like to give people the opportunity that they can do strange colorings on their stuff if they want to, like, you know, for Valentine's Day or holidays or whatever, they can go in and kind of like change it up a little bit. And this makes it a lot harder for them to know what is what. Because you have to basically click on it and then try and see if you can find it and all that sort of stuff. So it makes it a lot difficult. So that's why it's easier to use camel case and not do that. Because then you avoid the problem completely. Because then people know what it is. But it does make it a little bit harder because we have to go back in here and add this in, you know? We have to add it in ourselves. There we go. Nose. I think I named the entirety of the inside of the mouth, didn't I? Top teeth. I do have bottom teeth in here, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Okay, eye is all done. Mouth is all done. But what the heck is this? Oh. Head. Fur. Tough. Shade. Color. Head shade. Head color. I did not name this. I'm like, wait a minute, did I name this? No, I didn't. I named the first one, I just didn't name the second one. There we go. And ear. Oh. Misspelled that. I will say this much. My model children can probably go in and be like, oh my gosh, she is terrible at naming things. And I'd be like, you're not wrong. Look, I never said I was perfect at naming stuff. Red. Right? Red. And then color. Shade. Color. Alright, the entirety of the head is now done. That's good. At least named. There are some things I do need to probably rename as well for the 2 toggles that I have. I was thinking about adding more toggles, but the more complicated you make it, the harder it becomes. I am completely misspelling shade incorrectly. It's because I'm pressing the D first instead of the A first. Oh. There we go. I'm calling these little things pollens because I don't really know what else to call them. So it's easier for me to know what it is. I don't think that that's what they're called. I think they have a different name. I just don't remember what the name is. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. I was like saying, wait a minute. Is this the right thing? It is. I was like, wait a minute. A way that some people make it easier to like read everything is that they color coordinate everything. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It's just whatever needs to get done. Yeah, but a lot of people probably don't do what I'm doing right now on stream. They usually like go, okay guys, we're done with today. But because I kind of want to bring you guys into what it's like to bring it into live 2D. And also, I think I need to set up the live 2D stuff. Okay, so flower is done. I have to do leg. Shade. Color. Honestly, these words are starting to not make sense to me anymore because I've just been typing them so much. But hey, this is how you get faster at typing. But we are on the last bit where it is the tail. Finally. And then there's like a few other things I need to rename. If Glacy goes in here and like looks through the stuff, they're gonna be like, what the heck? Why did you like misspell like half of this? Look. I never said I was smart. Alright. And now I gotta go up to toggles here. Oh. Oh, I named them. Oh, I was smart. Yippee me. What is this? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna just delete it. I'm just gonna, oh, without that. I'm just gonna merge all those down. So I have a base for the eggs. Yes, the egg toggle is coming back, but it's gonna be incorporated. Okay. All right. So what I do normally before bringing it into live 2D, because this is something that I think that a lot of people don't really do, I make a backup. So I save this as because now what I'm gonna do is I can now go in here and delete everything I don't need in here anymore. So that's all the refs, that's all the other stuff that we did. We don't need this in here anymore. I don't need that in here anymore. I'm just gonna keep this in here for right now. And then I don't need this reference sheet in here anymore. We don't need to have the folder model and all of that. We can just get rid of this. Other toggles. Okay. The eggs are here because I need them. I don't need this base egg in here anymore. We're just now like curling it down because we don't need I don't need everything in here anymore. And now what we're gonna kind of do is see if things need to be rearranged. So the tail here, I think I'm gonna put this over the legs so that then I can like get it so it like comes up over the legs here if I need that. The screw eggs I'm gonna put in here for the time being. All right. And with that, his model is done. And now I'm gonna save like, I like saving like little whips of these. Oh, hold on a second. All right. And now, let me open up a live 2D. I don't think I have live 2D like open and everything here. So, yeah, I know. You want to? Oh. There's a new version available right now, but you know what? We're not gonna do the new version. At least for right now. We're not gonna do the new version. I might pull it up later. But let me get things resituated here. So for those that don't know how I do live 2D is normally with live 2D, I do not use my drawing tablet. I actually use my just keyboard and mouse. So this setup is going to be a little weird because we're like shifting from Clip Studio into here. Oh, one thing I have to do before I do anything is I need to save this out as a duplicate. So there's a few different ways, but I need to save it out as a duplicate, and I need to save it as a Photoshop document. I think some people sometimes accidentally save it out as a different thing, but I save it out as a Photoshop document, because if you do like a big document or something like that, it doesn't work. So there is that. All right, now this is saved out. I'm gonna actually have it be a screen display capture, and I'm gonna call it screen 1, so I know that this is like the main screen. So main screen, because then it's easier for me to show you like what's happening. All right. I have to like keep moving this stuff around. There we go. Excuse me in a minute. I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't think about it. So let me just like get this as close to where I can make it as possible. There we go. Because we're going to be moving over into live 2D. So let me go over into commissions, live 2D stuff. I like try and save everything like really nicely. So, a lot of times when this pops up, a lot of people, I feel like they do click like the recommended. I'm like, no, always keep it at full scale. You always want it at full scale. You never ever want it to not be on full scale. It's gonna look really weird right now. You're gonna see how weird this looks. So the reason it looks really weird is because everything that we had with clipping masks is now broken. It's not working. So you have to do the terrible, terrible task of going back in here and re-clipping everything to where it is. However, I'm going to point out something. See how it says name and ID, and the name and the ID are both the same? That's because we used camel case. If you don't use camel case, this is going to probably say art mesh whatever. And that's not really fun. So you do want to make sure of that, that you have this changed. Now, clipping mask and all this is a cool thing that I found out, but it has like a drop down menu and everything now. Actually, can I? Oh, okay. So, you know, we have to go in here and basically say, hey, I need you to be a clipping mask to this. So, how do you do this? I'm gonna just take here. So you copy the ID, and then whatever you want to be clipped to this, you go to that one and you put in the clipping ID, and you hit enter. And all of a sudden, now it's clipped. Now it's clipped to where it needs to be. So any of this shade stuff. So the shade needs to be clipped to 2 parts. So the cool thing about this is I can take both of these parts. I can say, hey, I want you to be clipped to here. Oh, but there's another part I want you clipped to. Okay, copy that one. Put a comma. Put the next clipping. Now it is all clipped. This, I want it to be clipped to here. Oh, wrong thing. I want this red part to be clipped to here. And already, that has now fixed the problem. Now this is how it will look as we've had it in Live 2D. I'm going to turn this off, by the way. I have a default paper that I use. This is dark like purplish, because it helps me be able to see what I'm doing. Let me also really quickly, okay, this is saved in here. I just wanted to check. Just want to make sure. I always still have the Live 2D file up, or not the Live 2D file. I still do have the Clip Studio file open, and the reason I still have the Clip Studio file open is in case anything happens, and then I can go back in there and say, hey, that's not how that's supposed to be. So yeah, now you gotta do the extraneous task of, clipping everything wrong. You know. Yeah, but a lot of this stuff is gonna look really weird. It's not gonna look right, and don't worry. Everything will eventually be clipped to everything else. So we want this to be clipped to this. Wait, what? Oh. I keep forgetting. It's been a while. Wait a minute. Oh, I was like, wait. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Why is that not right? The shade needs to be clipped to the color. This one. No. I think, right? So this needs to be clipped to that. All this is fine. Now, this needs to be invert mask to this. So this one, and you just click invert mask. And look at that. Now this is inverted. And is not gonna be there. Also, I actually don't need this shading here. Oh, you know what? I don't think that this needs to actually be clipped to the red. Yeah, it doesn't need to be clipped to the red. Because the shade will, it'll go over it because the full color is here. Sometimes I forget if I need to do certain things, and sometimes I go, oh, I actually don't need to do that. But yeah, this is the extraneous task. What? Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot to erase here. We'll fix that. That's okay. That's an easy fix. I don't have to fix it outside of it. I can fix it in post. I can fix it in here. If there's something where it's like, oh, why is there a shade over here? All you gotta do is, in order to erase it, you go into the mesh tool here and, you know, you auto mesh it, whatever. And then you just erase that side. You erase the side you don't want. People use it all the time. It's just easier. It's cleaner. You don't have to worry about much. Also, if you want multiple things clipped to one thing, you can just both put it on there. Then woo. Now it's both clipped to the same thing. So now both of these have the same clipping mask. Let me see where else. Okay. Tail has like a few things. Yeah, no, this is just like a lot of stuff that needs to get done. It's hard and complicated, but you'll get there eventually. But already you can tell like how things are already cleaning themselves up. And already that's starting to look a lot like what we want. And then now this I want actually clipped to more things. Oh, I want it in body still, but I want it up here. So I want it clipped to more things. So how we make it so that this shade is clipped to more things is, again, you know, we could just like select everything, or we could just pick the drop down and say, hey, I want you to be clipped to this folder. And you can actually come in here and just scroll down. Everything should be named. I want it all clipped to the flower. Oh, this is the neck fluff. Wrong thing. Okay. I want the head shade to be clipped to the flower and the fluff. So I want everything the flower. But then it's like, oh, but you know what? I also need it on here as well. And there you go. You can easily do it like that. So if you don't want to be copying, pasting every single name, you could just easily do it this way instead. You're going to have to scroll down depending on how many layers you got in here. But if you don't got very many layers, it's not going to be that much. Yeah, this already clipped to there. And this is already clipped to here. Actually, I want this over the legs. Okay. And then just gotta do the rest of this. So normally I don't have the iris and everything separated out like this. But this is just kind of how it ended up being. Now, the one thing is this. Yeah, this is what I don't like. Because I think what can end up happening. Yeah, that's what I don't want. Okay, yeah. This is not going to work the way I want it to. So, one thing that I do hate about the eye in particular is that in order for the eye to work correctly, you have a few options. One, either make a really weird clipping mask, or two, you have to merge it all down. And the eye here needs to be merged all down, at least when it comes to the color and the highlight and shading. And the reason being, you're not supposed to see the highlight going past here, going past the iris here. But because it's clipped here, it'll do that. Same thing on the shade. Now he's got red eyes. Now he's got pink eye. A way of how you could get around it is possibly making this an invert mask. Yeah, the invert mask isn't gonna work. Or you could put like an entire mask around it, but that's not gonna work either. So that's why normally with stuff like this, I just merge everything down. Even like this outline here, I'd even merge that down as well. So this is why we still have this file open, because what we need to now do, let me undo this. This now all needs to be merged down. And then you clip it. It looks exactly the same, but you'd never know the difference. Now, the pupil and stuff can still be on its own because I want it to have some physics. You might be like, okay, now how do you bring this new one in? You literally save out, same thing, save out like the Photoshop file. There's already this in here, so we're gonna just save it under that. Yeah, just save it. Save everything. And then what you do is you come back over here. No, I forgot to keep my folders open for this. You come over here, you get the scuff one, and you bring it back in here. And you don't say create new model form. You say whatever it is. And then you just say replace. This will update any of the meshes. Okay. And you say okay, and you give it a second. Now it will have it. Now I can delete all of these. I don't need these in here. These aren't necessary. Same thing over here when I come over here. We have the iris here. We don't need these. These can be deleted. Because now I can make it clip to here. And now when I move this, oh wow, wonderful, look at that. It's all clipped down and will not go beyond the eye. And that's what you want. Okay, this is already clipped. Of course, like, you know, these two are going to be working in tangent with each other. So, like, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And, you know, the eye, now, I don't know how I'm going to make it blink, but we'll think about that maybe next time. Right now, I just want to like get it in live 2D and kind of have it a little bit prepped for us in here. And then next week, we're going to be actually working in live 2D. Which, it's been a while since I've worked in live 2D. The last time was like in February or something. No, March, actually. So it's been a few months. So, I think... Oh yeah, I need to still... There's still some things that need to be clipped in here. What am I doing? Mouth inside. All of this needs to be clipped to the mouth inside. All the hair up here. All this needs to be clipped to the same thing. Technically, if Glacy wanted to, he could make these little guys be whatever color he wanted them to be. Because he could technically, at least on the white one. Wait, what? Oh, that is clipped. I was like, wait, what am I... What's happening here? But yeah, he could technically, like, make them whatever color he wants. People can have fun. Alright. Wait, what? Oh, I'm looking for the horn. There we go. Technically, I normally have the rendering actually baked into the base, but because of like some things and maybe how I want it to move, I'm having it all separated, which is something I normally don't do. Oop. Okay. And then I need to come over here to this horn. And we need to do the clipping. Once the clipping is all done, then I can kind of go in here and start doing some other stuff. Oop. That's not what I wanted. I meant to put this here. There we go. And now Glacy has everything clipped to himself, which is good. And I'm going to save this. Yeah, one thing with live 2D for some reason, when it does this, it like oh my god. don't look at what my things are named. Got local disc, rando shiz, and got games on phone. Look, I wanted to name them weirdly, okay? Ah. Ba. And then, where's my where the frick is commissions? There it is. It's like, where is this? Now I'm gonna see, like, all this stuff I have. You know what? Let me just pull this down. Why am I... What's it? There we go. There we go. Now you're in the right area. Alright. And I just like to name a new thing in here. So I have... Just so that it's separated. I like to keep myself a lot more organized. Because it's... Oh, no. That was a zoom. Sorry. It keeps it a lot more organized so I know, like, what is what. What be happening. What doing. All right. There is an ad that's gonna play, but I think I'm gonna just run the ad and I'm gonna get up and kind of like walk around a little bit. And then when we come back, I'm just gonna like show you guys a little bit of the process of how I go through like doing art meshing. And then we will be kind of ending off stream there probably. We might work on the art meshes completely. We might not. Just so you know, all of this is gonna get like completely deleted, moved around, changed. So you're gonna see my entire process of how I set up everything. And there's like a new thing that I'm gonna set up. So we're gonna also talk about like some animation stuff and other things. So we're gonna get like kind of complicated some here and there with this model. There are some things in the toggles that we actually haven't done that I think do need to get done. Actually, funny enough, all the lighting does not go beyond the egg here. So that's all fine and dandy. Egg base is fine. Tired eyes, I think all of this is... Yeah, actually, I don't need to do anything for the toggles. So yeah, I'm gonna run an ad, and then we will be right back. Wow, Kiwa won the Battle Royale again. I hope you guys are enjoying the little stream avatars and the Battle Royale stuff. I think like over time, I'm probably gonna add in some things so you guys can like decorate your little guys and everything. It's just I gotta kind of like go in and do a few things with stream avatars just because there's like some things that I want to be able to differentiate like mods and regular chatters with. That's why I'm all purple and have a top hat on. So I want to be able to like differentiate people from everybody else. But anyways, we are going to be continuing on with this a little bit. So I'm going to do something that a lot of people usually tell you kind of like not to do. I'm going to auto mesh it. Auto meshing technically isn't completely bad. I think it works sometimes for what you need, being very simple, down, dirty, and grungy. Now, one thing I will say is the only time that I do go in and redo these, is technically what I could do, even to lessen a lot of this stuff. Especially for the mouth here, I actually do like going in and redoing this. And that's because the mouth is gonna be deforming in a particular way. So I can't have it be what it wants to be. I usually do 3 just because it makes it easier. Again, I'm doing this all with my mouse. I normally do this with my mouse. But I guess if you wanted to be a little bit cleaner with it, you could do it in other ways. I have to like move my stuff around. Now, no, I'm doing this wrong. I'm so dumb. I'm dumb. Alright, so erase this and then just use this up here. When you're doing defamation or trying to figure out how you want to organize it, I would say, you know, you can just use the simple auto. I think auto is fine. I hate when people say, oh no, you have to go in and you have to do it all by hand and all by yourself kind of situation. No, you don't. You can use it for however you kind of want to do it. I'm just gonna do this. Because the base of the mouth shouldn't be moving as much as the top of the mouth. And then I just do auto connect. There we go. Now the mesh is done for that. Because there's going to be more deformation up here at the top. And I want more clean deformation up here. Compared to down here where it's not going to move too much. So that's why I usually do go back in and kind of erase these. Because I don't need them to be this. I think the other thing is like people want to say like, oh, well, it'll be like easier on your computer or all this sort of stuff. So there's a few reasons why you might want to do it by hand. Some people love doing it by hand. Some people don't. I'm kind of like a intermix. I kind of have some I do by hand, some I don't. Just depends on what's kind of needed. Oh my gosh. Can I move this, please? I usually also make a rule of thumb that the middle area should always kind of follow the outline here. And yeah. Let me confirm that. I'm probably gonna actually do what I should have done the first time around, which was pull these back. And then, you know, just add the rest of what I need to do. You don't need to add like too many here. You just need to add like enough to go so it goes around. I'm gonna do like that. So it just rounds a little bit more. And then auto connect it, and then you're pretty much done. This, however, is gonna be a little bit different. So you could auto mesh this, and you might want to say like heavier, standard with more divisions, or just do what everyone else does and just go in by hand. And oh, blah. So normally how people, why is this being so weird? I don't want to add meshes. I want to just move it around. All right. And you can make it bigger, or you can make it smaller. You can make it have more definition, more typology, less typology. Typology just means that it's all made up of triangles. Unlike 3D forms with live 2D, because for those that don't know, I also did 3D work before. So that's why I kind of have a little bit of a better understanding. I'm not saying that I'm the best. I am just saying I have an understanding of how this works. I am quite fond of these animated horse girls, My Little Pony. Oh my gosh, don't talk to me about the horse game. Don't talk to me about the horse game. No, get out of here. Don't talk to me about the horse game. We were having such a nice conversation. We're having such a nice conversation about what different typology is. And then you had to come in with your weird stuff. I might redo the head. Oop, not that. Actually, oh, no. I hate the inside typology. I like the outside, so I'm just gonna erase this. I just found it funny how life... Look, it's not even that. The horse game has literally taken everybody that I love. The horse game has infected everybody. Everyone that I know is playing this horse game. Even yesterday, I was talking with Jose, my partner, and he literally was like, oh yeah, let me check on my horse girls. I'm like, no, not you too. No, I'm losing everybody to the horse game. I'm losing every single one. You were $700 deep. You actually pay? You pay? Oh my gosh. This is why I don't want to be playing the horse game. There's a reason I haven't played the horse game. Not only have I not played it on stream, I just haven't played it at all because I was a horse girly. I was a My Little Pony girly. You think that I'm not going to spend money on this game? Bro, it'd be like the 12 billion yen incident all over again. It would 100% be the 12 billion yen incident all over again. But it would be my own stupidity. Not gold ship being weird. Duh. I hate that I have to backtrack like this. And then I'm gonna copy this. I'm an adult. I bet on real horses. Oh my god. You know what? That seems a lot more fitting. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. I think the eyes... I think here is fine. I think everything else is pretty much fine. I don't really need to go in and change a whole lot. Alright. For the most part, I think everything's done. I've won $200 on horse bets. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I do not do real gambling. I do not endorse real gambles. You know what the funny thing I could do right now is I can show you guys like really quickly how I would 100% just deform the entirety of the head. Actually, you know what? Select for movement? What the heck is select for movement? Gambling is bad. $200 from 50? Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, I say don't do gambling, and then literally in my D&D campaign, we literally did gambling. But we gambled on Fight Club. But it was D&D. It's not real money, you know? Unless we were placing real bets, but that would have been funnier. Like you just see us placing a bunch of random bets on stuff. Where do I need to be at the bottom of this? Okay, so here to like here. Yeah. Oop. What? Blah. I don't know how to spell. Alright. And then... grab this. I'm gonna show you guys how I do like a really quick and dirty Z movement. So if I was to do like an angle Z, I literally just do that. There you go. You have movement. Hooray. Yippee.
I just ate a buttery burger and I feel like I'm about to explode. Good
Oh my-
times.
Oh my goodness. Eating a buttery burger, that sounds like a great time to me. Yeah. I'm gonna take everything out of here. This is just like a demonstration. Cause I'm probably gonna do this off stream. I'm gonna label everything. And you might be like, what do you mean by label everything? Well, when we're working on stuff, it's easy to kind of separate stuff. So what I'm basically doing right now is separating the entirety of the head.
Add butter. 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 Add butter.
Ooh. There we go. Just knowing what the head and body areas are. And if I go into inspector here, I can just say head. I'm gonna call it head. Oh my goodness. Ow. Ow. Why? Why all the plushies? Why all the plushies? Wait, that was throw 100 items and for some reason it just decided to throw just a bunch of plushies instead? That's so funny. But oh my goodness. Ugh. I'm like trying to think about what I want to move and what I'm not going to move. So first things first of what I do is I usually put this stuff into folders. So you're gonna see how I like set things up. Mouth is all here. I might even give Glacy something that I've been thinking about experimenting with. So Glacy might get something new. I will say every model kind of gets something a little new on it because I'm experimenting, and I'm experimenting every day with stuff. All of this hair stuff, I delete it. I don't need it. At least not for right now. And then I'm going to preemptively do some tail physics. This is gonna be like tail stuff, but kind of will be under the body, kind of not. And then I just like to label everything. Give everything like a colored label. Just makes it a little bit easier so I can see what is what. And sometimes what some people do is that they'll do like the entirety of rigging the face stuff, and then they'll go in and kind of do the head stuff. And the reason being is because it's easier to get this out of the way. Because I'm going to be honest here, I have no idea how I'm going to rig any of this. I know like how I'm gonna definitely do like eyeball X and Y and all that sort of stuff. Like that's a no-brainer. Oh, brow X's. Yeah, you don't need these. You don't need these. I don't know why it has brow X. You kind of don't need brow X if you're ever rigging. What you mostly need is brow Y. Angle is if you want to create some expressions. So if you want like angry expressions and you want the eye to kind of like move down like you're mad, or move up when you're surprised, right? It just works for other things, but it doesn't. This is not tracked. Angle brows is never tracked. Form and Y is the only thing that is tracked. So that's why you can kind of see when I get angry or like put my brows down that they'll actually make the form that they need to. But then when I am surprised and shocked, they make the other form that it needs to make. So that's like a little nice little trick there. Mouth. Oh, I need to add one parameter. Oh wait, hold on. How do they... Okay. So... And this is going to be -1 to 1. Mouth X is how you get your side-to-side movement. It works if you have an iPhone. I just put it in even if a person is using a webcam. You know, I think VBridger now has it to where it works with webcam. I don't remember. I have to check. But this doesn't work with VBridger. It only works with iPhone. If it needed to work with VBridger, he should have told me that beforehand, because that's probably going to be an extra cost. Because you have to set up so many other different parameters just to use VBridger correctly. So, you know, mouth open, mouth form, all that sort of stuff. I do put a few things on body. I don't really know what I'm gonna do for that. But I do want to try and see if I can do this eye thing. So let me put this all under eye. Eye left. And then we're gonna try and see if we can close it. We're just gonna kind of play around a little bit today, but we're gonna mainly focus on doing this next week. I just want to play around and see. I'm gonna bring this keyboard back up here. I close line. And then this one. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the throw. Jail? Why am I getting jailed? Why? Why must I be jailed? No, don't be snickering at me. Don't you snicker at me, sir. Oop. Right, I need to turn this off. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be working to the best of my abilities, is it? And it's not supposed to be perfect, it's just supposed to be scuff. I think that line is a little too condensed. And then what I'm also going to do is just gonna make it. These should probably have more divisions in them. Oh, not that way. This way. Yeah. No. Like that. And then there we go. Gotta open and close the eye. I don't really care how pixelated or weird it looks. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And we got like a really weird. What the heck is this? What the heck? And it's a scuff model. You're like, blinking is really fast. The other thing I like to do... Close. You want me to suffer. And of course you do. Is that when it closes, your eye actually naturally moves down a little bit. Perfect. Blinky, blinky. I forgot how I did something, so I'm gonna need to probably look at some other stuff. But hey, at least the one thing I worried about the most on this model was, can I close the eye? The answer is yes. That's good. That's what I wanted to know the most. In terms of turning the head, well, we're all gonna see my pain and suffering on next Tuesday and Thursday probably, because it probably will take me another 2 days to do the rigging. Because I want to kind of have this all live streamed and like kind of recorded in a way so people can come and watch and kind of learn a little bit about live 2D rigging. I'm not going to give you whole inputs, but it's like, hey, this is my entire process from like beginning to end. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so without any further ado, we're probably gonna raid. Actually, is this gonna open? Okay, no, this is gonna open down here. Good. So you don't see that I was like listening to a bunch of like random things. Oh my goodness. Man, all the people I wanted to raid are now gone. They all ended stream. Oh my goodness. Hello? Hello? Why the heck is this doing this? There we go. Sometimes Twitch is so weird. And like... it doesn't let me exit out of or move to something else. But everything else is fine. It's just Twitch being weird. It just it's like only certain people too. It just only hates certain people. Oh, well, the other thing is like it's 86 in here and maybe my computer is like is working overtime apparently. Oh my goodness. It's like Twitch is chugging. Twitch is twitchy chugging. I'm like trying to see. Okay. I know somebody we can raid. I know somebody we can raid. I'm waiting until the jail is over. Wait. Jail time is up. Why didn't it turn off? Is it not set up right? Wait a minute. Is this thing not set up right? Wait, what the heck? It is set up right. It just isn't turning it off for some reason. That's not fun. Because that means I have to go back into every little place and actually turn it off physically. Yippee! Well, anyways, we're done with working today. I think we did a lot of progress today. We have it in live 2D. We're going to be working on it next week on Tuesday and Thursday. It depends if I want to stream on Tuesday, because I've been kind of feeling a little bit like taking Tuesday off next week and maybe like focusing on some other stuff. And yeah. It depends how I feel about next week, but I know for a fact that I might either only stream 2 times next week, or we're going to be doing another 3-rounder again. It depends how I feel from week to week. But without any further ado, let me move over to chatting. One, so I can exit out of here. But more Glacy to come later. So if you guys do want more Glacy or other art stuff, we're gonna be doing more of that next week. I know we're mainly like working on commission stuff, but it's just because it kind of needs to get out of the way and kind of be done with. So there is that. So without any further ado, let me send you to a friend's way. I am going to be sending you over to Haru. Koen Haru, I believe is his name. I just call him Haru. I always call him Haru just because it's easier. Ah! So I'm going to be sending you over to him. Yay. So again, on Saturday, we are going to be playing some Monster Hunter. Yeah, we're finally out of the art into the gaming. So if you guys do want to join for the hunts, if you want to join for the games, it is going to be, of course, open lobby. I will try to remember to put the lobby code in there beforehand, so that then you guys can be able to join into the credit card fraud frogs. Credit card fraud frogs. I forget what our name is for our little squad. But you'll be able to join us in that. We'll be hunting some monsters, kind of preparing a little bit, grinding up some gear, and mainly kind of preparing for Flame Day that is going to be coming next week. Depending on what time that comes next week, I might be changing the schedule around. So I do want to thank you all for being here and showing up and joining us for making Glacy into what he is. Again, more work next week on him because I want to show you guys my full process of how I do it, and I just want to, I want to work on commissions more on stream. So without any further ado, make sure to grab that raid message as we go and share the chaotic love over to Haru. And without any further ado, as I always say, may the stars guide you. Until next time. Goodbye, everybody.